want to take a moment today to do a quick little video here about my new Smith & Wesson 327 Performance Center. I gave everyone a little quick look at this gun the other day in a video, and I was surprised how many people loved this gun and how many people had no clue what it was. So I thought I'd go over a couple of the things about this gun that make it kind of special. A lot of people wondered, well, why would you buy this gun when you already have a Smith & Wesson 586 that you really like to carry? Well, this gun has a few advantages over that, and I'll go over them now. One advantage this gun has is it's 8 shots. You know, extra round is never a bad thing. I'm not a person who's that hung up on capacity because I don't think I would ever use 7 rounds, much less 8. But if you can get one more round, you know, why not? If the other things make it worth having the gun, then one extra round is just a little more icing on the cake. Now, another thing about the gun is its small size. Now, these are not the grips that came on it. These are the grips from my 627. I took those off the 627, put them on here, and put the bigger grips on the 627, and it looks a lot better now. The big grips on this one, you know, they were a little more comfortable. If you were going to shoot this gun to range a lot, they'd probably be a little better. But these ones are just as good for getting a good grip on the gun, and they don't print as badly. So these are better for a gun you're going to carry a lot, shoot a little, because this gun really isn't designed to be a range gun. The reason this gun isn't designed to be a range gun is because of the materials it's made out of. This gun is super light. It uses a special material for pretty much every piece of the gun that matters. The frame is scandium, lighter than aluminum, but apparently a little stronger. Like I said, I don't know anything about scandium, so I'll have to take their word on it. And both the barrel here, the barrel shroud, and the cylinder here are made out of a titanium alloy. And I'm, like I say, not real sure about the scandium or the titanium as far as flame cutting and everything is considered, but, or concerned, I should say, but I'm going to give them a try and see how well they work out, because boy, they do make this gun very light. Just how light is it? Well, I'll show you all here. I'll give you some comparison between it and other guns and let you see just how light this gun actually is. We'll start out here with my 586, my actual carry gun, and you'll see it's just a little over 36 ounces. That's not a light gun by any means. It's an awesome gun, but it is a little bit of a weight on your belt. Now, in comparison, this gun is just around 20 ounces. This is unloaded. This is an actual weight of this gun with the new grips on it, right around 20 ounces. That's not much more than half the weight of my other carry gun, and it's got one more round. That's a pretty impressive feat made possible by those lightweight alloys. And to just give you a comparison of how light this gun actually is, let's compare it to a couple other guns. As you can see, my Smith & Wesson Model 60 J-frame is actually heavier. It's a little more than an ounce heavier. This is just a 5-shot stainless steel J-frame, and it's actually heavier than my Smith & Wesson 327 8-shot scandium and titanium revolver. And as another example here, look at this aluminum frame, this alloy framed 38 special J-frame 637 is almost 15 ounces. That's only 5 ounces less than the 8-shot 357 Magnum 327. That's not much of a difference. That's way less of a difference between the 8-shot 357 Magnum and the 7-shot 586. Now, if you're wondering how it compares weight-wise against, say, like a polymer compact gun, as you can see here, my Sig Sauer P320 compact is 27.9 ounces. That's, 28 ounces. That's almost 8 ounces more than the revolver. Now, it does hold more rounds, but it's a polymer framed gun. It's a 357 SIG model, so I do get more rounds of 357 SIG, but I'll still take 8 rounds of 357 Magnum over 13 or 14 rounds of 357 SIG. And if you go even further down to like a Glock 26 or a Glock 33 here, you can see it's still a tiny bit heavier. It's not lighter than the 8-shot 357 Magnum revolver. This has 9+1 rounds of 357 SIG, but like I said, I would still take the 8 rounds of 357 Magnum over this any day, especially because I shoot revolvers better. Then there's also the fact that I find revolvers are more reliable than semi-autos, far more reliable. Anybody tells you differently doesn't understand how guns work and doesn't understand how to do comparisons. So, just disregard them because they're obviously not a mathematical genius if they think that the revolvers are not more reliable than semi-autos. But it's not just the reliability, it's also they carry easier, I think. I think revolvers fit more into the natural shape of a person than semi-autos do. You don't get that hot spot at the top and the bottom of the gun like you do with a semi-auto. So I think they also carry easier. So those are the real advantages of the gun: the size, the capacity, and most of all, the weight. Now, all of those things, well, not the capacity, but the two things like size and weight, they do have disadvantages too. You do have a shorter barrel on this, so you are going to lose a little bit of ballistics. Like in my 3-inch 586, I average about 1350 feet per second with that extreme penetrator from Underwood, 140 grain extreme penetrator. Out of this gun, I'm only averaging like 1180. But, you know, getting up around 1200 feet per second is still screaming with that all copper bullet, so it'll still do most jobs I want it to do. And the other great thing about it, the weight, the bad side to that is, of course, it's going to recoil more. But, you know, if you're shooting to save your life, you're not going to notice that at all. Believe me. Two things I'm pretty sure of if I ever have to fire my gun to save my life is that, one, I'm not going to notice the recoil, and two, I'm probably going to shit my pants. So I'm not going to worry about that at all. So there you have it. There's what makes this gun special, and there's why I chose to finally give it a try. Now, hopefully soon I'll have a full range review on this gun, but so far I'm really liking it. So only time will tell if this becomes my everyday carry gun.